Peace, Earth family. We are about to get it in today. We're gonna get a little deeper. I am on with Teresa, and let me tell you how we met because it does have a lot to do with this discussion today, this galactic discussion, this discussion that goes back multiple lifetimes, multiple timelines. Um, she had reached out saying, "Hey, your message really vibes with me." And I'm like, "Word." So we started talking and we kind of brought up crypto somehow. And I said, "Hey, I'm reading this book on YouTube and it's a message from the goddess Sekhmet. If you understand Egypt, Atlantis, history, the gods and the goddesses, you have to understand who Sekhmet is. She's a Lyrian goddess. And I was like, Sekhmet actually brings up in this book that I'm reading blockchain technology because they are using blockchain around the galaxy. So we are going to have another discussion talking about cryptocurrency and how important that is in this moment. But Teresa, why don't you introduce yourself and we'll kind of jump into this discussion and we'll talk about we'll start with Sekhmet. We'll start with a little bit of some things that are very interesting to me and we'll just see how it flows.
Sounds good to me, Huru. Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be back here. My name is Teresa. I like to say I am a multidimensional alchemist, here to help many on their awakening spiritual journey. I love co-creating with like-minded individuals like you, Huru. So definitely, like you mentioned, it was these connections, these similar things that we're learning about that really intrigued and piqued my mind when I saw you posting on Instagram. So we made that cool connection about blockchain technology with different books, actually, different
Yes.
perspectives.
Yes. So deep. When I think about what's happening right now, this awakening, people are awakening to so many things. A lot of movies are coming out and talking about spirituality. People are getting into meditation and things like that. But one conversation that's kind of being left out, in my personal opinion, is the galactic message.
And that's
You
a big
know,
one. That's the
the
big
big
one.
one, the one that people don't really want to talk about when we talk about
You know.
aliens and spaceships and, multiple dimensions and things like that. But it's so important for us to truly understand this. I go into Egypt and I go into Atlantis a lot. But before Egypt, before Atlantis, before Lemuria, we
Mm-hmm.
had other civilizations on other planets.
Yeah.
There's been galactic wars, and
Mm-hmm.
during these galactic wars, some of these beings landed on this planet. You know,
Yeah.
Thoth, for instance, is an Anunnaki by the name of Ningish Zeta. You know,
Right.
we talked about Sekhmet. When you go back and you look at the zodiac, you have to realize that we have in each age it's 2160 years. In between the age of Virgo and in between the age of Leo, there was this marker that was placed on Earth. And I believe at that time, Valyrians may have been on this planet. It's called the Sphinx. The Sphinx is way older than anybody.
And what do we know about Lyran? They say they're
Yo,
one of the oldest
yes,
civilizations. So that would add up to what you're
absolutely.
saying. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So the Sphinx is pointed directly towards the middle of that age because the zodiac is nothing but a huge clock.
There you go.
Sekhmet has no consort. When you get really deep into it, you can't go when you look into Egypt, you like, oh, well, Sekhmet was part of the group and all these things, and she was the Eye of Ra. You can get kind of deep, but the
Mm-hmm.
further you go back, you can't get further back than Sekhmet. She goes past Thoth, she goes past Ra, And it goes directly towards what you're saying is this Lyrian
Oldest
civilization
civilization.
that is almost beyond any of this stuff that people talk about. So I know you have some information that I'm not privy to, and I love hearing new information. So why don't you give us a little bit of a breakdown on your relationship with the Lyrians? How you feel about this galactic message that needs to be told. The book that I'm reading, it is a lot about masculine, feminine energy and how we can bind those polarities to bring messages like that to the people. So I'm very glad to be part of this with you. Um, let's go. Talk,
Thank you.
talk to
Thank
us.
you, thank you, thank you for this, Haru. Like I mentioned to you earlier, this is not information that I'm so willingly trying to share until now because